up to us and how we choose to live. That'll decide which way she goes. We'll decide which way we go.
Welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz, and I started out the show with a recording of me singing with some kids about the world we want to live in. And I figure that's a good way to set up today's show called War and Peace. I'll be sharing a bunch of my songs and a number of songs that other folks have written about speaking out against war and speaking up for peace. It only seemed right at this time to maybe recall some of our memories and maybe once again speak up and trying to find some more peaceful ways going forward. I'm going to start off today's show with a song that was really pretty popular back in the early 70s, and it was speaking out against this constant struggle of different nations about demanding that some other country would do things the way they would like them to be done, and certainly we understand that's been going on since the beginning of time. But sometimes you might figure, could we figure out some better way of not constantly putting all these young people at risk for losing their lives? Maybe we could work a little harder to find some other ways of getting things figured out here. This song is called One Tin Soldier. Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain, the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath a stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. Go ahead and hate a neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. So the people of the valley sent a message up the hill, asking for the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the secrets of our mountain, all the riches buried there. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, and justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. The valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your sword. And they killed the mountain people, so they won their just reward. Now they stood beside the treasure on the mountain dark and red. Turned the stone and looked beneath it, peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, and justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. and that was called One Tin Soldier. It was written by Dennis Lampert and Brian Potter back in the 70s. Some folks might wonder, why don't I just play the original recording of the song that was popular back then? Well, because this show is called the Fresh Toones Show, I'd like to put some freshness to some of those songs and maybe share something with those songs that's a little different than the original recording and coming from my heart, and hopefully there's some sincerity that's projected there. I'm going to share you a little short poem of mine that I wrote about what's going on in Ukraine these days, and it's certainly one of the biggest wars going on right now, although who knows where the Iran war is going to go. The poem is called Ukrainian Love Song. Even though I'm going to share the poem with you, it eventually inspired the song that I'm going to play right after the poem. Ukrainian Love Song. The prowess of a quiet people set out to set the record straight. They would fight to save their country and defeat the bully's hate. With lion hearts not to unravel, they fought with first-rate gallantry. They raised their heads, outreached their hands, and gave comfort to those who'd lost. Some say they showed guts, pluck, and spunk, but be not easily distracted. Well-favored words cannot begin to explain the love displayed there. Ukrainian love song floats with freedom's breeze, seeks to feed the hunger for people to be free. Ukrainian love song floats with the breeze, the prowess of a quiet people set out to set the record straight. They would fight to save their country and defeat the bully's hate. Ukrainian love song floats with freedom's breeze, seeks to feed the hunger for people to be free. Ukrainian love song floats with the breeze, with lion hearts not to unravel. They fought with first-rate gallantry. They held their heads up proudly, fought to keep their country free. Ukrainian love song floats with freedom's breeze, seeks to feed the hunger for people to be free. Ukrainian love song floats with the breeze. Some say they showed God's pluck and spunk, but be not so easily distracted. Well-favored words cannot begin to explain the love displayed there on Ukrainian love song. Ukrainian love song. Ukrainian love song floats with the breeze, floats with the breeze. And that song was a tribute to the Ukrainian people who are holding on and fighting for freedom and democracy. And sometimes we see more of that going on over there than what we see in our own country here. Although these tens of thousands of people that have come out on the streets to speak up for people's rights to protest, hopefully we still have that ability in the election coming up in November to do so, although there's so much evidence that that election is trying to be messed with. Hopefully we can make it through and change things. This next song is a Pete Seeger song called Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls, I pick them every one. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Gone to young men, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone to soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? Well, I've been kind of bouncing back and forth between downer songs and upper songs in this theme of war and peace. I guess it's understandable that I'd be sharing some songs contrasted with one another and encouraging some more peaceful directions for us. I'm going to share with you a song now that's really recent. I mean, just a matter of a few days ago. And it's called Hand in Hand Together. And it was kind of inspired to these tens of thousands of people that have come out together in Minnesota to try to turn things around there. We've got a big job ahead of us, but if we can come together and walk hand in hand, maybe we can turn things around that are going down some very bad roads. We don't need tens of thousands of detention camps throughout this country. We remember from World War II what happened to the Japanese citizens, and it's not pretty, and a lot of people have some pretty strong regrets that ever happened. So if we don't want to have a lot of regrets, we need to stand up and tell those folks, no, that's not going to fly again. This song is called Hand in Hand Together. Hand in hand, we'll march together. We'll step right up, to sing the song. The past is spoken, this time is ours, to stand with pride and right the wrongs. The once indifferent have come to see that freedom rings when kindness speaks. Some sell our future for a dirty bucks, but if we vote, they'll soon be out. So hand in hand, let's march together. Let's raise the flag of hopes renewed. One days of darkness try to overcome. Look up ahead, there's a light of love. The price of freedom we know is high. No sidelines left, no one can hide. The evil-minded boast of their greed, retell their lies in durable speed. The battle's dark, but light leaks through. We'll raise the banner, we'll search for truth. So join in hand, let's move ahead. Together march with songs of love. So hand in hand, let's march together. Let's raise the flag of hopes renewed. One days of darkness try to overcome. Look up ahead, there's a light of love. You're listening to The Fresh Toones Show, and the theme of today's show is called War and Peace. When I originally started to think about the theme of today's show, War and Peace, I thought, well, there might be a lot of downer songs included, but I'm realizing that almost all the songs are on the positive side, trying to look for some peaceful ways for us to go forward, the world we want to live in. Here's the song with all the kids singing along with me.
The world we want to live in is changing every day. It's up to us and how we choose to live that'll decide which way she goes. She listens closely every day to hear what we've got to say. If we just think it out, we can turn this world about. 'Cause this world is changing every day, and it's up to us to play our part. We may not paint a masterpiece, every kind word paints a picture too. today as the folks we want to be, to change the world that we see. 'Cause the world we want to live in is changing every day. It's up to us in how we choose to live, that'll decide which way she goes. 'Cause she listens closely every day to hear what we've got to say. If we just think it out, we can turn this world about. 'Cause the world we want to live in is changing every day. It's up to us in how we choose to live, that'll decide which way she goes. We'll decide which way we go.
Well, as we get closer to the end of today's show, I really want to get this song in. It's called AJ's Candle, and it's about AJ Musk, who was a peace activist in the 60s and 70s and deeply involved with the civil rights movement before that. AJ was a different kind of a character, and during the Vietnam War, he stood out in front of the White House, and every night he'd go out there in the rain or snow or whatever, and he'd hold his one candle up there, and got a lot of attention from the news media, and they would come up and they ask him, "Do you really think you're going to change things by standing out here with your candle?" And AJ said, "Oh, I'm not standing out here to change the world. I'm standing out here so the world doesn't change me." And often I feel the same way, and maybe that's why I put so much time into recording these shows and getting my ideas out there, my songs, my fresh tunes. This song is called AJ's Candle. AJ's candle lit up the night. AJ's love was his candlelight. When in shadow stood up and held it high, to fight for love became his life. It made no sense all night to stand. You can't change it, you can't change a thing. What do you think you're doing here? I'm just making sure the world don't change me. AJ's candle lit up the night. AJ's love was his candlelight. When in shadow stood up and held it high, to fight for love became his life. Reports were made on this man who came, held up a light and stood all night in front of the White House that needed a change of heart. A simple reminder, our country needs our help. AJ's candle lit up the night. AJ's love was his candlelight, when in shadow stood up and held it high, to fight for love became his life. Each little light we need tonight to bring the change that we want to see. Bring out the candles, raise them high, irradiate the love that we rely. AJ's candle lit up the night. AJ's love was his candlelight, when in shadow stood up and held it high, to fight for love became his life. Well, that's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. The show turned out all right. I was concerned with the theme of war and peace, that maybe I'd be pushing too many buttons. But a couple of buttons being pushed, that's not a bad thing. Most of the songs are pretty positive and hopeful, and I think we'll do all right going ahead. If we walk hand in hand together and keep our signs up there and make sure we vote, that's maybe the most important thing that we can do. Have a good week, fight the good fight, and be who you are. Bye now. Oh, who you are, oh, who you are, who you are. The song is